So, here's a little backstory of the tiny house adventure here. Um, basically, the that little black box you see there behind my car, yeah, right there, that is the tiny house. This is, I built this thing on a boat trailer inside that whole bottom floor of that building behind it, which was my studio. I went from 4,000 square feet down to 40 square feet. The floor of my tiny house is 8 by 5. Anyway, what happened was I basically lost the studio. I couldn't afford it anymore. The life as an artist, it's not easy. And I left the system, the bureaucracy, and decided to go out on my own. So I had to leave by December 1st, and when I left the studio, it was just this wooden box, basically, with windows. So I covered it in tar paper to protect it from the weather, because I knew I couldn't, stay the winter. I had to go somewhere down south where it's warmer, and I have a friend who's down there, so I stayed with him for a couple months while I worked on this little box, which is the tiny house, which actually I call the lifeboat, because I built it inside the studio, and it's my lifeboat. The studio sank. It was like the Titanic. And I didn't give up on my dream. I'm just adapting, So let's think about what's important, right? I decided that showing New York and spending all my money and time and effort trying to reach for this seemingly impossible dream was draining me, and it just wasn't worth it anymore. I was in the wrong direction, going in the wrong direction, I felt. So I decided to really simplify things, like what's important. Now, painting is important to me. Drawing is very important. Building things, in fact, the tiny house that I built is it's a work of art. It's a sculpture, right? So, every morning I wake up and I do these sketches that I post online on Facebook and Instagram. And now I'm making videos about them, and posting them to YouTube. So I'm actually able to share these thoughts that come to me as I'm drawing. And this drawing here that I did yesterday is about how there's this monster, right, called fear, and it blocks us from the things that we want, or the things that we think we might be able to attain. Like, in other words, it blocks us from being our best self. We settle for mediocrity and basically working for a system, or our strings are pulled by others, in other words, and we're miserable. We end up miserable because I feel like if we don't go for our dream, then we end up settling. Anyway, so that's what this drawing is about today. So enjoy.
see any light. Dirty basements, dirty noise, dirty places coming through. Extreme worlds alone. Did you ever like it then? I would stand in line for this. There's always room in life for this. Oh baby, oh baby, then it fell apart, fell apart. Oh baby, then it fell apart, it fell apart. Oh baby, then it fell apart, it fell apart. Oh baby, like it always does, always does. Strange sounds have told me, they held me down every night. I didn't have much to say, I didn't give up the light. I closed my eyes and closed myself and closed my world and never opened up to anything that could get me at all. I had to close down everything, I had to close down my mind. Too many things caught me, too much could make me blind. I've seen so much in so many places, so many heartaches, so many faces, so many dirty things you couldn't even believe. I would stand in line for this. It's always good in life for this.